Wow, welcome everyone. Welcome our little friends and your parents. We are so excited today. We've got a really special treat. We've got with us Jarial. She's a storyteller. She brings all these wonderful, wonderful stories to life. And today we're going to be taking Stuti, who is Stuti Agarwal. You can see her in pink over there for those of you. She has written and she's the author of this new book. It's called Grandpa's Suitcase of Stories. So we're going to be reading from that today. So, storytelling, I know all of you love it. We as parents love it because it really is so good for the mind and it gives us so much new knowledge. So, I know you guys are big fans of stories, but even as adults, we're also big, big fans of stories. And I think you're going to really love this one. So we've got with us Neil. Neil is also referred to as Aunty Neil. She's the founder of this club and also this website. It's called The Magic of Books. It's a leading storytelling club for young kids, and it teaches and empowers kids to read, learn, and grow. She has been actually doing this for 7 years. So probably for a long, long time, she's doing the storytelling, and she's popularly known as Auntie Neil. So you can all call her Auntie Neil. And then we've got with us the author, the one who wrote this wonderful, wonderful book, The Grandpa's Suitcase of Stories. She's a writer, but she's a self proclaimed home chef and an artist. So when she's not buried in her couch like all of you, she's dreaming of magical adventures. And so she's from the hometown, it is from Darjeeling, and she really, really loves that space. And she participates a lot in pasta cook-offs, and she listens to Harry Potter, and she practices for the day that she is going to win the Pulitzer Prize. She was a former journalist, which means she used to report the news, and she's the author of The Adventures of Tootsie Llama. So welcome, both of you. Welcome, Neil, and welcome, Stuti. We're so excited, and I know our little friends are very, very excited. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Auntie Neil.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much, Sukriti. Hello, Stuti.
Hi, Neil.
Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
I see a lot of my children there. I see Yuvir. Hello, Yuvir. Hi, Alia. Hello, Ira. Hello, everyone, all the children. Now, this is how we're going to start. Okay, first, we always say a big hello. So, can you all show me your hands? Yeah? Can you all see me, but? Let me see if you can see me. If you can see me, touch your head. Oh, wonderful. If you can see me, touch your eyes. If you can see me, touch your cheeks. If you can see me, touch your chin. If you can see me, touch your nose, eyes, chin. Huh? Advik, that's not your chin. Those are your cheeks. Let's do that one more time. This is my fun, most favorite thing. Okay, ready? Ira, ready? If you can see me, make a silly face. If you can see me, become a chicken. If you can see me, touch your cheeks. Oh, touch your chin. Samika was almost touching her head. Well done. Now show me your hands. We go. Hands up high. Hey, Raisa. Hands down low. Well done. Now hands at the back. Where did they go? One hand's out. No, there are two. Clap them. Fold. Now we're through. Now we go. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. It's time to say hello. Whoa, it's time to say hello. Hello there, boys and girls. Hello there, the author, Miss Stuti Agarwal. Say hi.
Hi.
Hello there, Sukriti. Hello, Sukriti, ma'am. And
Hi.
all the mamas and the papas. Now tap your head. Wiggle your nose. Show me your wiggly nose. It's well done. Very good. How do you do that? One more time. You go tap your head. Wiggle your nose. It's time to say hello. Whoa, it's time to say hello. Good job there. Well done. You all know what we're reading today, do you? Well, I'm going to tell you what we're reading today. Oh, look at that. Yuvir, Alia, you make me so proud. These are kids from my book club. And look at that study. We're reading this. Look, guess what? This is my favorite book of this year. You know why? It's called Grandpa's Suitcase of Stories. Oh, Grandpa's Suitcase of Stories. And it's about these two kids, twins, Megha and Abir. And just like us, they love their grandpa. And every summer holiday, they go to their grandpa's house. And the grandpa is no ordinary grandpa. Grandpa has this suitcase, a red magical suitcase that has stories. And their favorite part of the day is the pajama story time, where grandpa tells them a story every night. And you know, where does the grandpa live? He lives in Landor, which is in the hills. Look at that. And the story, I wish I could redo all the stories because all the stories are amazing. But today, I'm reading you the Chicken Man. Chicken Man? Chicken and a man. Okay. Do you all know all that rhyme, Old MacDonald? Yes? Yeah, okay, let me see. I have forgotten, so you'll have to help me out. Are you ready? We're going to go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had some cows, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some... What is that animal that has a protruding nose and pink in color? Pig, yes. On that farm, he had some pigs. E-I-E-I-O. With a puck here and a puck. No, pigs don't go puck. Do they? Hash look? No, pigs don't go puck. What do pigs go? Alia, can you show me what sound do the pigs make? They go... On that farm, he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, with a oink, oink here and a oink, oink there. Here a oink, there a oink, everywhere a oink, oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. But what animal goes puck? Chickens! Yes, Yuvir. Can you all show me your chicken wings and go puck? Well done. So let's read The Chicken Man. You ready? Yeah, can you give me a thumbs up? Perfect. Let's read The Chicken Man. Okay.
So, Lil Ones, please turn on your cameras. We'd love to see you too.
Yes, I would love to see you all. Go on. Okay, so now the first scene of the story is the clock is going cuckoo, cuckoo. Ding, ding. The giant clock struck 8. And there was a sudden burst of activities in the pie's house. Abir busied himself making a quilt tent on the bed. I do that. Megha jumped around the room, picking up everything that was needed. The cookie jar, torches, and most importantly, Grandpa's red suitcase. Grandpa, meanwhile, was in the kitchen pouring some warm chocolate milk into his thermos. Dabu jumping at his heels in excitement. Ready or not, here I come, Grandpa yelled. Giggling, the twins quickly turned off the lights and sneaked into the tent, torches at the ready. It was time! The schools in Dehradun were closed for winter vacation, which meant Megha and Abir would be at their grandpa's in Landor for 2 whole months. They looked forward for these holidays in grandpa's pajama story time. It was their favorite part of the day. As a young man, Grandpa had been a botanist, traveling the country with his big red suitcase and discovering new plants. The kids called it Grandpa's magic suitcase because every time Grandpa stuck his head in, he found a new story to tell. Megha and Abid wondered what story would pull out. What would he pull out today? Would it be one of his unbelievable adventures or a mystical tale? Let's see, what shall it be? Grandpa said. The Chicken Man. Chicken Man? A horror story? Grandpa asked, sticking his head inside the suitcase. Grandpa, I think horror stories scare Dabu, stammered Abir. And you? Chuckled Grandpa. That's hardly true, said Abir. I went to Pari Tibba with you today. And ran back down in a minute, you chicken, said Megha. The four had spent the morning hiking up Pari Tibba. It's a hilltop, a hilltop considered to be haunted. The plan was to have a picnic there. But as soon as they reached, Abir scuttled back down. Dabbu, scuttled back down with Dabbu, certain that he had heard someone say boo in his ear. Speaking of chickens, Grandpa said, I found it. The story of a chicken man. The chicken man? The kids screamed, yes, yes, yes! So Grandpa pulled his head out of the suitcase, put aside his spectacles, and began. Okay. In a small village, somewhere in the heart of Haryana, that's very near to Delhi, isn't it? There once lived a man called Bahula, an ordinary man. All Bahula wanted was to eat good food, plenty of it. But he did not wish to spend a rupee of his own on it. Yes, Bahula was a miser. He would pile up his plate at someone else's feast, but when it came to spending his own money, he would fill himself with a lot of water instead. The villagers had even made up a poem in Miser Bahula's name. You know what that was? Someone else's plate is Bahula's pick to eat until his last lick, to his very last lick. But when his own money he must spend, he is not even his own best friend. One day, as Bahula lay in the fields near his house, he began to feel very hungry. He had not eaten a morsel the whole day. Just then, over the rumble of his stomach, he heard click, 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 of a clutch of chickens. The clucking. The fields belonged to the richest landlord in the village, Seth Lal. And Bahula was certain the chickens were his too. Oh, what wouldn't I give for a leg of tandoori chicken right now? He said with a sigh. I haven't had a piece of meat in months. What have I done to deserve this? Bahula grew hungrier with each word. And then a thought crossed his mind. But silly me, here I am blaming the gods for not giving me meat. For not giving me meat when they've sent a family of chickens for me to pick one. Saying this, Bahula got up to chase the chickens and catch one for himself. Puck, 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 puck. The chicken, sensing the threat, started running helter-skelter. By the time Bahula caught the juiciest one, he was dripping buckets of sweat. But a satisfied man, Bahula stuffed the chicken under his shirt and marched back home. He lost no time in cooking the chicken and laughed to himself over the meal. What a clever plan! I wonder if Setlal will ever find out. I think I will repeat this for dinner tomorrow and every day after that. I will not have to work another day in my life. Hmm. So Bahula went to bed happy and content. He slept soundly for hours, snoring away over dreams of future feast. But in the middle of the night, however, he woke up feeling a nasty itch all over his body. It's itchy. It was unbearable. But with no oil for his lamp, he couldn't see what was causing it and had to wait till morning to find out. Now, as soon as he saw the first rays of sun, Bahula stepped out of the house. What on earth? He screamed. There were red spots all over his body and little chicken feathers were sprouting from under them. Oh, do you want to see a picture of that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look, yes, that's what it is, Alia. Well done. Now, by the afternoon,
Yes,
the
right.
chicken feathers had. You want to say something, Stuti? Go ahead.
Raisa was putting up the page as well, so I just said that's the one.
Yeah, okay. So by the afternoon, the chicken feathers had covered him from head to toe, sparing only his face and hands. He even had a chicken feather mohawk. Oh no. No! He cried and began plucking the chicken feathers out in handfuls. Ouch! 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 He kept plucking them, but the feathers came back thicker and bigger. The gods have tricked me, he wailed. They made me steal the chicken, and now they're punishing me for it by turning me into one. Bahula sobbed for the rest of the day. Finally, tired of the useless plucking and pain, he went to bed. Guess what happened that night? That night, after Bahula fell into an uneasy sleep, Buddy, the fairy, Buddy the fairy came to visit him in his dreams. Oh, my poor Bahula, Buddy said. You've landed yourself into such trouble. Why must you be so lazy when everyone else works? Why not earn your own food? Why not earn food for yourself? Huh, you're right. Oh, Buddy, cried Bahula, who was turning more and more into a chicken. But how am I to work with all these feathers? Buddy laughed. You should see them as a blessing. You will not need clothes this winter. Why complain? But when Bahula wouldn't stop crying, Pari softened a little. Are you truly sorry for years of laziness and wicked deeds? Bahula would have thought longer, but with the feathers poking him harder each minute, he screamed, Yes, Puck! Yes, Puck! Anything you say, Puck! Just free me, Puck, of these feathers! Oh, if only I cannot free you from them. You must do it all by yourself. You do it yourself. What you need is a good scolding. Go to Setlal and get him to scold you. The harder he scolds you, the sooner your feathers will fall out. Bahula woke up from a dream, a very happy and a determined man. He would go to Setlal and confess his crime. That way, he would get a scolding and be feather free. He had truly led a lazy life, and he would not be lazy another day. I will book, make book, book. A good man of myself, book. I book will really. And so he put on a clean set of clothes, covered his mohawk with a hat, and took out some money from his hiding place under the mattress to pay Setlal before setting out. He was halfway to Setlal's when he felt his pocket. Hmm. And was overcome by a horrible feeling. He hated parting with his money. He was such a miser after all. He thought, huh? Hey, hadn't Pari Puck said that I only had Puck Puck to listen to a good scolding? Puck, she Puck never Puck said Puck anything about confessing to stealing. He thought to himself slyly. That's right. All I need to do, Puck, is to get him to scold someone and hear it. Why don't I tell him, Puck, that Tripathi stole the chicken? That should do it. It will save me, Puck, Puck, from spending my money and teach the rotten Tripathi a Puck lesson for making fun of me. Besides, who's to say Seth Puck Lal Puck won't hand me over to the police? Yes, this is the best. The longer Bahula talked to himself, the more convinced he became of his plan. By the time he reached Setlal's, he was confident that this was the only way. Now, you got children, Setlal, he was a very good man. He was a very generous man, adored by the whole village. When he heard Bahula had come to meet him, he invited the man in for tea and snacks. And he said, well, what is it that worries you, dear Bahula? I have something important to tell you about your chickens, Sethji, said Bahula, piling up his plates with samosas and mattis. My chickens? That's a good clutch of yum, crunch chickens you have there. Oh, yes, a fine clutch indeed. How many are there? 15. Did you count them yesterday? I did. There was one missing, but a chicken is hardly of any importance. Why do you ask? But surely, you want to know how you lost your chicken? A hawk, most likely. Nom, crunch. It was Tripathi. What? You think Tripathi stole my chicken? Exactly. You understand now? Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry the old man is going through a tough time. He's a hard-working man and should be paid better. If only he had asked, I would have given him a chicken. Bahula waited for Setlal to get angry. But no such thing happened. Instead, Setlal only became more sorry for Tripathi. Are you You don't want to scold him? Bahula pressed. A good beating maybe. For a measly chicken? Never. Meanwhile, the feathers on Bahula were becoming more and more painful. Afraid of having to live with them for another minute, he threw himself at Setlal's feet. Setji, I am very bad man. I might as well give I stole your chicken. I know, said Setlal calmly. I saw you carrying the chicken under your shirt. But why are you confessing to me now? Bahula quickly narrated what had happened and begged Setlal to scold him for his crime. Setlal broke into a loud laugh. He went, chicken feathers? Did you say chicken feathers? What a wonderful tale. Bahula got more and more miserable by the second. Scold, puck me, puck, I beg you, puck, scold, puck me. But Saitlal went on laughing. Show me your feathers first, then we'll talk about scolding. And Bahula obeyed. Well, now that's something. They must keep you very warm. Setla laughed. And you hate to work. These will save you from dressing up in the morning. I can barely stand pain and puck and the itch all over. And I'm clucking. Puck. Bahula screamed. Be calm, dear Bahula. I'm not used to getting angry. You must give me a time to think of a good scolding. By now, Bahula was so much in pain that he began banging his head against Setlal's legs. Scold me, scold me. Setlal, too, had had enough. Besides, he was getting mighty poked by Bahula's feather mohawk. He got up and shouted, You lazy man, you good for nothing cockroach. I wish nothing more than getting rid of you and your chicken feathers. Now, children, for a man who never got angry, this was very serious scolding. No sooner had the first words come out of his mouth than the feathers began falling off. By the time Setlal was done yelling, all the feathers were on the floor. Free from pain, Bahula jumped up, collected all the feathers, and handed them to Setlal. Thank you so much for your kindness, Sethi. You have freed me from my pain, and for that, I present you with these feathers along with the full payment of the chicken I stole. I've learned my lesson. From this day on, I shall be an honest man. Goodbye and many thanks. With that, Bahula left Setlal's house and became a wise, hard-working man. Now, Abid was listening to the story, so he said, I'll never steal laddus from the cupboard ever again. And Grandpa said, You're right, Abid, because eating too many laddus will turn you into one. And Grandpa laughed. That was the chicken man. Come on, my chickens, come on. Can you all go? Well done, Alia. That's some good clucking there. Well done. Now, guess what? Miss Stuti is going to play a game with us. Miss Stuti, can you unmute yourself and tell us what is the nice game that we're going to play?
Shall we play it now?
Yeah. How about we play it now and then we can ask them to ask you questions, or you want to do the questions first?
No, we're good. Do we have everyone's attention? You'll have to help me, Neil. With that.
Yeah, perfect. I'm there.
Okay. Come on. Can everyone turn on the cameras?
Camera zoom.
Come on.
Well done, Kira.
Do you want me to unmute everyone?
Yes, please.
All right, guys, everybody can unmute themselves now.
Whoa.
I'm sure you guys are all experts now with all this technology. So you guys are going to have no problem unmuting yourselves.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Do we have everyone's attention? Has anyone fallen asleep? Gotten distracted?
Let's see.
Hungry.
Advik? No, Advik's right there. What about
Samika?
Samika is right there. Samika, give us a smile. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Cool. I think we are fairly here. I would say, can we start clapping? Loud. Everyone, we need to hear. Neil, Aunty, and I need to hear you clapping.
Okay, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, clap.
yourselves.
And you unmute yourself. You can't unmute yourself? No? Okay, they can't unmute themselves, some of them.
Cool. Can we unmute everyone just so we can hear them clapping?
I have allowed them. They need to now sorry.
Ma'am,
You
Should be able
can
to
unmute
unmute
yourself.
Themselves. So when I start clapping, start clapping. Okay, stop clapping. Stop clapping. Stop clapping. Stop clapping. When I say loud clapping, loud, as loudly as you can.
Loud.
Clapping. Clapping. Oh, sorry. And Naya is saying you can't unmute yourself.
You have to unmute yourself.
Naya, you have to click on the mute unmute button.
You have to unmute yourself, huh?
All gotten permission.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. So
Okay.
we've gotten
Now
start
you're
clapping.
Okay.
Stop clapping. Stop
Ira,
clapping.
give me your claps. Come on.
Start clapping.
I got a message that the host would like to unmute.
Stop clapping.
Aditya, stop. Aditya, stop.
Stop clapping. You'll pay attention. You'll pay attention to what
Let's listen to Miss Stuti now.
Now when I say start clapping, you start clapping. When I say stop clapping, stop clapping. When I say clap fast, clap really fast. Yeah?
Okay.
When I say no clapping, clap slow. Yeah?
One.
Okay, start clapping.
Two, clap, clap. Oh, we can go now.
I can't see everything. Stop clapping.
My hands are hurting.
That's the point, but you have your attention now because we are yeah. Cool. Good job, guys.
That's amazing now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what we're going to do is, who all have the book? Can you all show me if you have the book with you? Wonderful. Now, you know, this book has a lot of amazing stories. Alia, do you have a favorite story? Have you read the book? Can we unmute Alia?
I've asked all of them to unmute.
Kirat, you can unmute yourself on your screen, Nietzsche. You've been allowed to do it.
Okay.
You'll have to just press the button.
Yeah, I've asked everybody to
Unmute
unmute.
yourself.
You should also be getting a message to unmute. You can just click on that. That will also unmute you.
Okay, Alia, which is your favorite?
My favorite is The Two Sisters.
Two sisters? You want to ask this, Stuti? You want to tell us why is it your favorite?
It's actually like one of my other favorite stories, The Lazy Girl. It's kind of the same, but just a different place. So basically, in The Lazy Sisters, there's an angel's house where one of the sisters work, and she's very lazy and she doesn't do anything on her way. And in the lazy girl, the girl who works hard and does stuff. The people like the stuff which like the tree and everything.
Yeah.
One of them helps her, and it's kind of the same in the two sisters.
Ah.
मम्मी
Then
आप क्या करके छोड़ दिए?
Miss Stuti.
फिर ये ऑप्शन आ रहा है क्यों?
Samika, you're unmuted. We can hear you. You just muted yourself again.
Alia, do you have any questions for Miss Stuti? No? Okay, you write down your questions, huh? What about you, Yuvi? Do you have a question for Miss Stuti? Unmute yourself. What is it which is your favorite story?
Ma'am, I haven't read the whole book.
Okay, how many have you read?
Ma'am, I didn't read till now. I finished my other book.
Okay, fine, that's fine. Thank you, Yuvi. That was cute. Okay, so Stuti, I wanted to check with you, especially for the Chicken Man, the story. So do you have anybody living in Landor?
No, I don't. But I visit often enough because of Ruskin Bond. And
Okay.
it's become one of those places where, I mean, if not Darjeeling, going back home, then it's Landor. So everything about it is nice, I think.
So there is a Pari Tibba there, a haunted place?
Yes, it is haunted. It is known to be haunted.
So when you were there, that's when the story came to your mind, or was it?
Yes.
Wow.
So whenever I'm off, I'm very intrigued by ghost stories. I was told a lot of ghost stories as a kid.
We all were. I don't think these children, do you know any ghost stories? See?
Ma'am, I know.
Oh, you do? Did you like the Chicken Man? It wasn't that ghostly, but it was nice, right? It was a bit scary.
Yes.
And anybody wants to ask any question to Miss Stuti? What about you, Taranjeet?
Anaya does, I think.
Anaya does? Okay, Anaya, we have to unmute Anaya. Go ahead, Anaya. Oh, she is unmuted. We can't hear you, Anaya. Increase the volume or connect to the audio. Advik knows one ghost story. Oh, still can't hear you, sweetie.
Alia knows this ghost story as well.
Yeah.
Anaya, can you type your message out? I mean, can you type your question?
What about you, Ira? Do you want to ask a question, Ira? Ira is herself a storyteller. She tells a lot of stories.
Oh.
Ira, unmute yourself and ask a question. No questions, Ira. Okay, go ahead, Ira. Unmute again. Yeah, Ira. Do you want to ask? She's the author of the book. You want to ask her anything? Did you like the chicken story, Ira?
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, what was your favorite part? When you got okay, when Bahula got okay, was that your favorite part?
Yes.
Or was it when he was turning into a chicken?
Both.
Who liked the bit where he was turning into a chicken? Me too. Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite part too. It's like one of those moments when you do make a mistake and you know there's something is not right and you get that feeling. So I think it's very
That's the itch. That's the itch, Neil. When you do something naughty and you know you're going to get into trouble.
Oh yeah.
That's the itch.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same thing when dogs do something and they look at you and they know you've done something wrong.
Yeah, they have that look and their eyes kind of, they're like, oh, I'm dumb. I'm a dog. I just don't know what I've done.
I've got a question for you, Miss Stuti. Now tell us, how do you write all these stories?
I get ideas and I jot them down. I have this tiny diary that I carry, which is called the Diary of Ideas. And I take that everywhere I go. And every time I get an idea, I write it down. And sorry, Alia says, I'm so sorry, I got distracted. Alia just said, I agree, dogs are pretty dumb, but okay. Yeah, so that's what I do. I write the ideas down, and over time, whenever I sit down every day and I start writing bits of it.
And one more question for Miss Stuti. Which is one is your favorite out of all these stories?
I think Chicken Man is my favorite as well. And there's another book, another story called The Boy Who Liked to Sew,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
which is about this boy who wanted to stitch and become a designer.
Yeah.
Right? And his parents are not very happy with it because he's a boy.
Yep.
Boys don't stitch. So
You guys know what is embroidery? How many of you know what is embroidery? Well done, Advait. Can you tell us what is embroidery? Well done.
Does anybody have any more questions for Stuti or for Miss Auntie Neil?
Yeah. Anybody, any questions?
Anaya, we didn't get your question. Did you say you didn't find it horror enough, the story?
Ah.
That's true.
What is that, Talia? You want to say something, Alia? You showing us the book?
Yes, she's showing us the book.
Okay.
Well,
this is embroidery. Okay, children? This is embroidery. Yeah. We were taught this in school. We were made to do.
Yeah.
I don't think these kids do it anymore in school.
You have craft class. I think they have craft class, guys.
Fancy ones, though.
now I know we have met Auntie Neil and we've met Stuti. Can we give them all a big 3 cheers? Yeah? 3 cheers. Thumbs up. Did you guys love the story?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So a big thank you.
I always do this song when we say bye-bye. So if you want to do this song and then we say
That
bye.
would be lovely.
Yeah. So you want to say, we say, see you later, alligator, in a while, crocodile, blow a kiss, jellyfish, give a hug. Come on, what's your hugs? Give a hug, ladybug. See you soon, big baboon. Out of the door, dinosaur. Take care, polar bear. Say goodbye. Butterflies and chicken men and chicken girls and boys. Yes, Mr. Kriti, go ahead.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Auntie Neil. Thank you, Stuti. Thank you, all you little ones, for joining us today. We hope you had a good time, and we hope that we'll bring you lots more stories.
Oh, thank you so much, Stuti. Thank you so much, Sukriti. It was lovely. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Leave meeting forever.
They don't leave?
Yes.
Bye, everyone.